Yo, yo, yo! Hey, we're giving a twofer today. My name is Keith, your man of letters. Here to offer you knowledge, information, hopefully bits of entertainment. Take your shoes off, man. Stay well. Take your shoes off, stay well. But first, I'd like to start out by saying thank you to my Patreons. And all the rest of the subscribers who've been supporting the channel over the years. I thank the hell out of you. You guys make the dream come true. You guys buy from my Etsy shop, my candles. Like, yo, you guys are the real MVPs. One of the subscribers told me that I should do movie decodes. And I thought, I'm not much of a decoder. But I did mention Batman and Joker. And I says, the reason we like really good movies, and it's a cheap way to use villains, supervillains, and superheroes, because they're so obvious. But because they're so obvious, we can all feel and attach to that. Point being, Batman and Joker. Now, in our studies, Hermetics, Alchemy, and whatnot, we learn that there is such thing as polarity, which says that anything that exists has an equal opposite to it. Light and dark, hot and cold, etc. We can't escape that. I know a lot of the people out there will say, well, the fourth dimension doesn't have polarity, or we have to get out of the polarity because that's where all the bad things happen. Yes, it is where all the bad things happen, but it's also where all the good things happen, and I'll explain why. Back to Batman and Joker. This is a perfect example of why the movie is so good and why it triggers us so much. Batman represents order. He's always well dressed. He's well spoken. He's well kept. Handsome. Financially stable. Not too mentally stable, but he tries his damnedest to give that appearance, right? That's part of the story. Joker, the exact opposite. He's literally a clown. He dresses like a clown because he is a clown. He laughs like a maniac. He's disheveled. He talks like a crazy person. Like I say, laughs maniacally all the time. And he's always poking in. What does he say to Batman? Why so serious? Batman, debatably, is just as destructive in his unbalanced order as the Joker is with his unbalanced chaos. The Joker knows this, which is why he's always poking holes at Batman. Batman knows this, which is why he's always fucked up in the head when the Joker comes at him sideways to some things. He's always like, you know what I mean? Because they both know that they cannot exist without each other. The Joker knows that. That's because the Joker, the chaos, the feminine, is a little more all-knowing. I don't know if it's all-knowing, but the chaos is a little looser because because by definition it's not defined. And that is its own power. Whereas order is extremely refined. It's extremely precise, which is its own kind of power. Of course, we need both the masculine and feminine to come together and work properly in order to birth a new, healthy offspring, right? What was that other movie? Glass? Remember in Glass, where with the superheroes again, where they were killing the good guy superheroes? Because whenever a good guy superhero would come to power, a bad guy superhero would come to power, and they were thinking, yo, I get it, you're a good guy, but your equal always comes into power. And so to get rid of the huge evil, we get rid of the huge good, because they're always going to balance each other out. And it's a brilliant, I literally cried in the movie theater when I was watching that, and I was seeing that, and I was thinking, oh my God, I cried because it was truth. I thought, damn, these guys hit the nail on the head. And the next question was, do we create a society that's lukewarm? Because that's what was happening in the movie Glass. They killed the superhero because by killing the superhero, they were killing the supervillain. Do we want to live in a world that's lukewarm? Are we okay with having extreme highs if the extreme highs are balanced by extreme lows? I don't know. I would say there is no answer to that question. Actually, I know for a fact that there is no answer to that question. I think what happens, let's say on a global conscious scale, a universal scale, what happens is people get tired of lukewarm, boring ass shit. And so they start taking it to the extreme highs. And then when they crash miserably, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? We have all kinds of sayings that address this phenomena. And then we fall to extreme lows. And then they go, well, it's better to have loved and lost than not loved at all. And then you get someone who's loved and lost 3 or 4 times, is on the brink of suicide, and they're like, you know what? Actually, I'd rather not love at all and just be lukewarm, chilling, coasting for a while, and then you'll get bored, and then it goes like this, and you get a wave, you get a vibration, and that's what life is. All of existence is just a wave. So we're talking about the law of polarity, right? The contrasting. It's tied together with the law next to it, which is the law of rhythm that says you will always have life going from one pole to the other. You can't stop the swing, ever. You can rise above the swing, and sometimes you can stop the swing for a little bit. But the longer you stop that swing, the greater the momentum is going to be when the swing gets going again. Kind of like a dam. You can stop the flow of a river, but the bigger the river, the bigger the dam, the bigger the catastrophe if the dam ever fails. You know what I mean? Balance. It's always there. So when you decode movies, or I shouldn't say decode because I'm not talking symbols. That's a whole different type of decoding. I'm not talking about the symbols, not those kinds of symbols. I'm talking more about the basic mechanics of life. Like, this is the nuts and bolts of existence, what everything is built upon, why we like movies, why we love the dynamic between Joker and Batman, because one is pure chaos and one's pure order. That's why I cried during the movie Glass, because I noticed that they were killing off the superheroes because they were tired of the supervillains. And the truth behind that isn't just a movie. It's whoa, this is my life. This is our lives. This is planet Earth. This is the human species. This is the Arcturians. This is the plate. This is everything in existence ever. Are all following these laws, all following these patterns. And we can set the motion of the patterns, and we can be the cause, or we can be the effect. Neither is good, neither is bad. Each whether being the cause and being effect is good or bad depending upon the individual circumstance that you're in. That's it. Some people are the type of people who see the lazy river and they're like, fuck yeah, I'm getting in the lazy river. I'm tired. I just want to drink a beer and float in the lazy river for a few hours. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That's being the effect. Or some people are the cause. They're going, you know what? Actually, I'm going to build my own lazy river. So I know what direction it goes. I know how fast it's going. I know I can do cool glow in the dark spots inside of a cave at one point. You know what I mean? And then they get inside of the lazy river. There's all kinds of people out there. That cause and effect law is a part of the same philosophy that with polarity. There's 7 principles of the Hermetic Philosophy. Mentality, everything has a mental origin. Correspondence, that's the as above, so below. Think of the fractal universe, the golden ratio. And then you have vibration, of course, everything's vibrating. Then you have polarity and polarity and rhythm, those are the next 2. And then you have cause and effect. Everything comes from a cause and everything has an effect. Then you have law of gender, which says everything that manifests manifests with both masculine and feminine qualities. The better you are at seeing those patterns, and the more conscious you are of your role in those patterns, they're all those laws are built off of each other. You know what I mean? Cause and effect. The more conscious you are of whether you're being the cause or you're an effect, or how conscious you are of corresponding elements, like noticing patterns in your external world are actually programs for your internal world. You know, your internal world being your thoughts, your actions, your perceptions of the world, how you were raised, with, you know, all that stuff, which is your operating system, your software, is going to dictate each action you make. And every action you make, literally, the conversations you have, the phone calls you make, the items you purchase, all those things are going to create a certain type of world. And if all those choices are being dictated by the same mechanism, by the same software, you're going to have the same patterns out in the exterior world. That's the law of correspondence. So, you know, the more conscious you are of the microcosm, the macrocosm, the more conscious you are of the law of vibration, the things that vibrate, you know, your thought, everything is a vibration, is a resonance. You can bring things to life by matching that vibration. You can, just like a violin, you play a violin, and if there's a violin in the same room, tuned to the same note, you play the E string on the violin, the other E string on the other violin in the room, without being touched, will start to vibrate. It will play on its own. That's called resonance. It's when two neighboring objects share a synchronistic vibration. So they're able to move each other without being physically touched, even though technically it is being physically touched because it's being touched by the vibration, which is moving the string. And so when you learn about the law of vibration, you learn, all right, life is about an evocation of things. You want to feel the more magic. You want to feel the spirit of something. You want to be more engaged in something. Well, you have to resonate, literally vibrate on the same level as something. Shit's magic, man. It's pretty dope. It's magic. It's awesome. Good luck. Good luck. And thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. My name's Keith. If you made it this far in the video, feel free to friggin' subscribe to the channel. What up? Leave your name. Tell me who you are, where you been, where you come from, what are your goals in life. And thanks for supporting everyone. We're going to wrap this video up. If you guys want to support, you can on the Patreon. If you found any of these videos or my countless audiobooks have helped you out, or my guided meditations have helped you guys out, please feel free to support the channel. We got a Patreon, which is in the description. And on the Patreon, there's discounts to my Etsy shop. So you can literally subscribe to the Patreon and make all the money back from the Patreon when you buy a few candles. Like, it's a win-win situation for all of us. So thanks for being here. Thanks for helping out. Thank you for the continued support. I'll see you guys soon. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Peace out.